Get in here.
Hey, Jeremy.
There you go. Hey, Kay, thanks for having me on. Thanks for the intro.
Thank you for being here. We're so excited to talk to you. You looked great all year last year, taking snaps at so many different positions. And you really became a leader on this Panthers defense that's really young, really feisty, fiery, trying to make waves in the division. So what can we expect out of the Panthers D in your words? And how are you embracing being a defensive leader at such a young age?
Yeah, we brought in a lot of new pieces. I'm really excited to see how Coach Snow can put everything together, use all of us in so many different ways. So it's definitely exciting. And as far as being a leader, that's a role that I've definitely embraced and starting to grow into. And I'm excited to take that on.
You've grown into a lot. We can look back to when you were at Southern Illinois, and I bring that up to say this. When you were a freshman at Southern Illinois, the Baltimore Ravens started winning preseason games, and they have not lost one since. You guys play them this weekend. Are you aware that they have won 18 preseason games in a row? Has your team talked about this? And are you interested in breaking the streak this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we plan to win every single game that we play in, and I know they have an active streak right now. So, I mean, that's definitely something that we're trying to break. You know, considering they're our next opponent. So, yeah, I mean, we go into things like that, and we try to be the party pooper.
Yeah,
Nice.
Party pooper's fun, but sometimes you want to be the ones to be the story as well. And you guys are going to be the story in Carolina this season, and you got a new quarterback. One of the biggest moves was going and trading for Sam Darnold. So you've seen him now a couple of weeks, training camp, preseason games. How has Sam molded in with that team, and what have you seen from the former Jets quarterback so far?
Yeah, he's been great. The guys behind him offensively, they definitely believe in everything he's been doing. He comes in, he works really hard. You know, he's always the first one to come to the field, last one to leave. So everybody's behind him. He's our quarterback, and we're riding with him.
Jeremy, phenomenal rookie season for you. And there's a saying, I know you've heard it before, respect is earned. You certainly did that last year as a rookie. But I'm curious, now coming into year two, what do you want your teammates and your opponents to be saying about you after year two?
I feel like respect was definitely earned last year. I don't think I got the respect that not necessarily I deserve, but the respect that I want. So, I've put in a lot of work this past off season and heading into this season, that just to know that I can go get respect that I do want, and the respect that I feel that I should have. So, as far as what they're saying, I don't know what they will say. It doesn't really matter to me what they will say, but I just know that I'm coming to get the respect that I want.
Respect in the form of All-Pro, Pro Bowl, Top 100 list as voted on the players. We'll see what your sophomore year brings. I want to talk a little bit about Carolina. You're from Indiana. The Panthers have made you feel at home. Now you want to show some love back. You are honoring sports figures from the Carolinas. Tell us more about that and why that was important to you.
Yeah, so actually I grew up in Indiana. Yeah, and really since being drafted by the Panthers, this community, Carolina area, North and South Carolina, have just embraced me and showed so much love. So I've decided to kind of show love back, as far as, kind of learning the Carolinas through sports figures. So each home game, I'll wear a different Carolina legend, whether they were born here, played here collegiately or professionally. And I'll wear their jersey to a game, and they'll sign it, and I'll sign it after the game. And then we'll auction it off and have those proceeds donated to their charity.
That's incredible. It's cool, and it's also kind of creative and fun and a way to get behind this. We love that. And it brings us, what do you got, Peter?
Well, I'm just thinking about all the Carolina legends. Like, are we talking about
Eric Montross?
Yeah, Eric Montross, Donald Williams. Like, what are we doing here? I love this. Like UNC basketball, Duke basketball. What do we mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, both, everything. So actually the first game I wear Muggsy Bogues, obviously Charlotte Hornets.
Nice.
And I played in the NBA for 14 years, 10 years with Charlotte. So I'll wear his jersey game one, and actually I'll wear it tomorrow for the preseason game, and then have those proceeds donated to his charity. So he's from a rough neighborhood in Baltimore, so his charity is really focused on education and family, and I guess having meals donated to these families and things like that. So I think it's a good cause for just the Carolina area.
It's a great cause, and Muggsy Bogues, of course, incredible in the original Space Jam, which actually brings us to our point here and our question. I hear Indiana, I think Carolina, I'm thinking hoops, and apparently so is your teammate, Denzel Perryman, who recently referred to you, my friend, as Baby LeBron.
Whoa.
So 2 questions.
Yeah.
What do you think of the nickname, and who is the greatest basketball player of all time?
I don't know how I feel about the nickname. I love LeBron. He's probably my favorite, and he's definitely my GOAT. But, you know, anytime you're compared to LeBron James, that's a compliment in itself. But I don't know if I like the nickname.
And what did he say about? I didn't hear the part about who's the best player. Did
He
you?
hypes Carolina for the whole
Definitely
thing,
the
and then
GOAT.
he says LeBron's better than Jordan. Have you ever seen any videotape of Michael Jordan play, my friend?
I mean, Calbert Cheney was pretty good too.
I grew up watching LeBron, man. Yeah, come me some slack.
I understand.
That's the
That's a
chosen
good answer.
one.
I
That's
understand.
a safe answer.
Watching Kobe, too.
Smart defensive captain there. Thank you so much. Jeremy Chinn, we're following you this season. Of course, you got the Baltimore Ravens. That's on tap tomorrow for preseason action. And go kill it. Go get yourself that All-Pro.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate you guys.
You too.
Thank you.
Stuff, Jeremy.
Jeremy Chinn to Will Selva on the West Coast. He's got the news this morning. What's going on, Will?
You know, okay, I just wish that you guys were able to bring up Luke Ridnour or Del Curry or Larry Johnson. You know,
I'm so excited right now.
Grandma
Parks.
Yes, yes, Cherokee Parks, exactly. Love that. Anthony Mason, once upon a time, was a Hornet as well. Either way,
Absolutely.
Jeremy
Like
Chinn,
Tyler
awesome
Hansbrough,
to
he
have
plays
on
really
the show.
hard. Really hard.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, he does.
let him trip you
Bringing
up.
back those 90s basketball vibes. Yes, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, we do have some headlines for you. We start in Green Bay, where Packers quarterback Jordan Love waited an entire year to see his first game action, and it's looking like he's going to have to wait a little bit longer, at least until the final preseason game to play again. His head coach, Matt LaFleur, saying he probably, unlikely, will play in Saturday's preseason game against the Jets. Love has missed several practices this week after injuring his shoulder against the Texans. That means Kurt Benkert would get the start, and Jacob Delagala, who re-signed with the Pack earlier this week, would be his backup. Now, some better news for the Bears as Justin Fields returned to practice Thursday after missing some time with a groin injury. He's expected to play Saturday against the Bears. Head coach Matt Nagy saying Andy Dalton will start and play at least a quarter and a half. Sticking with our QB theme, Taysom Hill battling with Jameis Winston for the starting gig in New Orleans. Both QBs will see action when they take on the Jaguars Monday night. And while we may look at the box scores to see who's performing best, Hill says there's a lot more to it than just that.
You guys can look at statistics and you can start to say what you want to say about those statistics, but internally, you know, we know what our concepts are, we know what the play call was, and I know if that was the right decision and the ball went where it needed to go. So, you know, there's so many things that go into playing this position that outside of this building you're just not aware of.
And head coach Sean Payton has not given us any clues as to who is going to be the starter at this point in time, but safe to say there's going to be packages for both guys